All right, Falcons fans, another disappointing week in the books for the Dirty Birds, and you are listening to FinCast, brought to you by Scana Energy, the natural gas provider of your Atlanta Falcons. To my left, as always, the Fin and FinCast, number 86 in your playbooks, number 2086 in your hearts.
Oh, man.
Brian Finneran.
What up?
Behind the glass, our producer, Andrew Groover.
Positive vibes only, baby.
PVO.
There you go.
And I am Tyler Nelson.
And I want to PVO yet?
PVO? No.
Kirk Cousins this week.
Yeah, man.
Let's make sure we got. It was the trip to
positive vibes only.
Yes.
Positive vibes only.
So that's the mantra.
Yeah, that's the new mantra over there. Just think positive, be positive, and hopefully positive things will happen.
Well, we'll have to get pretty creative then, because the Falcons lost at home to the Panthers this past weekend. And as I told Finn before the mics came on, Groover, you need your help with this too. I was driving back from St. Simon's this weekend and was unable to even listen to it. I got blacked out. Even on the app that I downloaded to listen to it, it said I couldn't listen to it. So I didn't hear or watch any of it. So why don't you give me a quick recap of a game that we should have never lost?
Falcons got off to a good start, and it was 21-7 right before half, and then he let Carolina drive down the field and kick a field goal and get the ball after halftime and score a touchdown after halftime. So 21-7 turned into 21-17 very quickly. We were able to kick a couple field goals in the second half, I believe, and match them. And we go to overtime at 27-all. And this was interesting because the referees jacked this up in overtime. By the way, in between there somewhere, Michael Penix tore his ACL. Partially torn ACL and a full-on
small detail
ACL reconstruction. So Kirk Cousins had to come in. Was not great, but it just wasn't what you're looking for. So we go to overtime, and before they flip the coin and the Carolina Panthers win it, and Bryce Young literally goes, "We'll take the ball and kick that way." Like, didn't give our guy a chance to say which side of the field we're going to defend.
And they just went, okay.
So the umpire's like, yep, all right, you're going to kick off and kick that way. We get the ball, we go 3 and out. But before we went 3 and out, we had a 4-yard run on first down, a 12-yard gain on a nice little screen pass on second down. Oh, but wait a minute. Ryan Newsel and somebody else are downfield, ineligible man downfield
again
on a screen pass, which it's a screen. You know you can't do it. Fundamentally sound football players don't do that. Just wait. You count to 3 in your head. You either hear somebody say go, and you just can't do it at that point in the game. 10-yard penalty, bring it back, punt, kick it away to those guys. They go right down the field and kick a field goal for a 30-27 victory for Carolina, and they sweep the series this season.
Well, one of the consistencies, if we're going to try and find a positive to your point, is we're consistently making procedural penalties that we should not be consistently doing.
That's right.
Hey, A for effort on consistency, though.
So another frustrating game, really frustrating when you talk about Michael Penix, who was 13 of 16 for 175 yards and looking decent. Couple little mishaps here and there still. He got pressure on this. I'm curious if this ACL tear, because it wasn't like he got hit or like really planted funny. You could definitely see like a little shift in his knee when he planted in the pocket to try to get away from a sack. Go back 2 or 3 weeks ago when he had a bone bruise that they talked about and he missed a game. There was that ACL affected then or weakened or stretched or whatever. So he's done for the year. 9 months at least.
Year plus.
Well, he's done for this season.
Right.
And you got a 9-month rehab is what they're talking about, which puts you right around late July or August, training camp and preseason. But then you got to get game ready. You got to get back on the same page with the receivers. It's
for a quarterback that was in the growth process anyway.
It's not a good situation. So Kirk Cousins will take over. He'll face the New Orleans Saints, back to the scene of the crime where he got hurt last year and then lied about it to everybody. And in the next 4 games, I think, he goes, next 4 or 5 games, he goes 1 touchdown and 9 interceptions.
Yeah, it was some of the worst football we've ever seen.
Well, he's hurt. He couldn't throw. He couldn't do what he wanted to do and cost us a lot. And then as he addresses the media yesterday, Kirk Cousins decides he's going to be a funny guy. And how are you feeling? How are you feeling today, Kirk? Well, I feel pretty good. And D-Led over there, he might not think so, but we got a little thing going on where, so last year.
What does he hate on D-Led for?
Well, what was it? D-Led and him kind of went back and forth on whether he was hurt or not.
His voice?
And
well, that's
Sorry. No disrespect.
I love hearing that every time because you know who's asking the question
He
every
always
single
gets
time in the
first
press
one,
conference.
Yeah,
did.
Kirk Cousins turned into a comedian yesterday, right?
So he did. Kirk Cousins did a. I wish we had the sound bite.
I can drop it.
We can drop it in here, so it'll be good to hear it.
Okay.
Because here, I'll set the stage. Last year, Kirk Cousins gets hurt in New Orleans. He gets blasted on a sack, elbow. Right. It looked like he got hurt. Gets over to the sideline. Is my arm, my elbow. It hurts. So finishes the game. The next week. I think they play the Cowboys, and they have a bye week, and he doesn't stick around and get treatment on his elbow. Okay? And he plays bad for the next 4 or 5 weeks, really bad. And finally gets benched because of the poor play.
Right.
And Penix comes in and finishes the season the last 3 games. After the season, Kirk Cousins goes to New Orleans and does an appearance for whatever company, and has a ping pong deal he's doing with some people and some listeners that won a contest.
Okay.
He's wearing a Falcons gear, does an interview afterwards where he takes his Falcons shirt off, does the interview without the shirt on, and proceeds to tell whoever he's talking to that he was more hurt than he led on to last year.
Well, I remember that when that happened.
And that led to his poor play on the field. Which, as a starting quarterback in the NFL, you don't go back after the season and blame your poor play on being hurt. Or you get treatment during the season and miss a couple games and be better. Well, he thought it would be funny to drop this soundbite on when he was asked how he's feeling.
Led doesn't believe me much when I say that. We have a past history there, but I do feel good, and I would never tell you if I wasn't, probably, until the season's over.
So he thought he was going to be funny. He says that to D-Led and everybody else that's sitting there that he's, I was hurt. I mean, I feel good now. I wouldn't tell you if I wasn't. After the season, I will. So he thought it was a funny thing to do. I think it drove a lot of Falcon fans, including myself, freaking angry. Part of me wanted to just be like, go F yourself. Yeah. And the other part of me wants him to play really good on Sunday against the Saints. So I'm not sure where I'm at and where I'm going, but
to that, I'll say if there's, even if I'm like in a space which I'm not, I guess, well, maybe I am. I guess we're not because we don't have a first round draft pick. But even if I'm in that space, generally at any given point where I want the Falcons to lose so we get a higher draft pick, I will never root for them to lose against the Saints because that is it's the Saints.
It's still our team.
Yeah,
we're still pulling for them. They're 3-7. The shot of making the postseason lies on them running this table, which is not going to happen.
Come on.
So you got to be realistic about this game. The interesting thing I'm going to watch when they face the Saints is what it looks like for Kirk Cousins under center. Right. And is he under center?
If they call any under center
exactly.
plays.
So I think the number I had a couple weeks ago where they were under center 6% of the time, which was 32nd in the NFL. Yep. Because of all that pistol bullshit and shotgun that they're doing that nobody likes. Will they change it to fit Kirk's?
But he is
talent?
also much more of a veteran quarterback that could that I would hope has the confidence or voice to say, "Hey, this is not the way I like to play. Can you call something that's more of my scheme?"
No doubt.
Okay, so let's talk about going back to the Penix thing.
Yeah,
I've heard that it was a full ACL reconstruction and it's also a preventative. It's a partial tear, so they got to do it so it's not a full.
Yeah, I called a doctor yesterday, Dr. Garten, who has been awesome for me when I played and even after, and taking care of my family as well. He does a great job, orthopedic guy, and he said a partial ACL tear. He's dealt with that with his own kids and people he's worked with. For the most part, if you're going to be super active, you pretty much have to repair the ACL, right? Okay. Even though you partially, say you tear 30% tear, 40% tear, 50, 20%.
You could treat it like you tore all of it.
Yes. So that's what they'll do, I believe, in my opinion, with Michael Penix Jr. And listen, this is a guy that's had 2 right knee ACLs in college, a broken collarbone in college, a separated AC joint in college in his throwing shoulder, and now he comes to the league, and unfortunately, he's injury prone and gets hurt again.
And see, this is one of the things that was talked about when we drafted him was, he's got all the talent, he can throw a bomb for sure, but these injuries he's had a lot. For a guy who hasn't even reached the league yet, he's had a lot of injuries, a lot of season-ending injuries.
It's a strange mindset with the Falcons organization with the way they've addressed the quarterback situation the last 3 years.
Everything else.
I know. 2 years, I guess. Kirk Cousins coming off an Achilles injury, like a full-on Achilles, at 36 years old or whatever he is, 35. and paying him all that money and drafting another kid who has been super injury prone in college to come in here and sit for 2 years, and then, oh no, he doesn't sit. He goes thrown into the fire in the first season, and now he's hurt with an ACL. This whole thing is crazy. It's just, you've put yourself in an awful situation. And to talk to some guys around the building here at 680 The Fan that are kind of in the know on the salary cap stuff, like whether you want Kirk Cousins to stay or not, it doesn't make sense financially because you save $25.5 million against the salary cap to use on other people if you don't bring him back or post June 1st cut.
And Groover, why don't you talk a little bit more about the cap implications? I know you're pretty good at that stuff.
Yeah, I had to do this way too much my last gig. So, yeah, he has...
your last gig at the NFL, that is, by the way, y'all.
Yeah, I produced our reporters and insiders and ran the newsroom, so I had to be up to snuff on all this stuff. So Kirk Cousins has the 6th highest cap hit in all football next year at $57 million. You're allowed to do 2 post-June 1 cuts in the NFL, and if you do a post-June 1 cut, that means that dead money can be spread across the next 2 years. So if they were to designate him as a post-June 1 cut, they can save $22 million. That doesn't mean in March when free agency opens, the Falcons will have $22 million extra dollars. But once June 2nd hits, they can delay paying their rookies, use that money to pay all their rookies, and then they have some flexibility to sign. There's always the veterans that you sign late in the process. So when Kirk Cousins originally signed this deal, the last 2 years were fake money anyway.
Yeah, I don't think anybody thought.
It was basically a two-year deal and then eat it afterwards. So that's the most likely thing to do. I will bet anybody that he will not be on the roster.
All right, that's good information. Thank you.
That leads then the question, right? If we can, even if we assume that Penix is back, quote unquote,
ready to go
for the season, we still, think, can fairly assume, well, that's again being logical, that we could not necessarily see him for a whole season. So what do the Falcons do with no first-round pick, which would, of course, been top 10 now at this point? What?
That's the funny part. But
what could the Falcons do at quarterback if we need to go quarterback in the second round? Because I've got at least probably 5 to 6 teams that will draft in the first round that need quarterbacks. If we're including the Saints as one of them potentially, maybe even the Panthers.
The Saints are going to see what they got in Tyler Shuck the rest of this season. If they like it, I don't think they'll be in that market. But if they don't, maybe you're right. There's, I guess, veteran free agents you could look at. Was that what you'd probably do, Andrew? If you
yeah.
So you're talking about guys right now that look like they fit that bill. Daniel Jones, he'll probably get in Indy. I imagine he might get re-signed up there. Joe Flacco will be on that list.
Oh my God.
Marcus Mariota be on that list.
No.
Tyrod Taylor be on that list. Give me a couple more, Groove.
Russell Wilson.
No, thank you.
No.
Zach Wilson.
No.
Tyrod. Kenny Pickett. Jimmy G.
Maybe.
Trey Lance. Josh Johnson, who's been on every team in the NFL. So Malik Willis, I kind of like Malik Willis. I wouldn't hate that one.
I mean, maybe Jimmy Garoppolo for me.
Jimmy Garoppolo is more cooked than Kirk Cousins. He's just better looking. That's his only thing.
He is good looking.
Yeah, he isn't.
The one that my wife loves her.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. So that's what you got to look at. So Kirk's, assume Kirk's gone because that makes the most sense financially for your team.
Right.
Assume Michael Penix is not quite ready to go. You have to have a guy. Probably one of those guys we just mentioned, come in here. Unless you think Easton Stick can hold you over for a few games. So that's what we're looking at. That's what we're up against as it looks right now. So it looks like
we're already starting next season on the back foot.
That's exactly right. You are going into your 8th season this year with no playoffs. Next year looks like more of the same.
Right. And so I can't remember if we talked about this last week, but the Jets lead the NFL in a playoff list streak. Tied for second are the Falcons and Panthers. And right now it looks like the Panthers have a shot at the playoffs, at least the wild card.
Yeah, they certainly do.
So we might own second place by ourselves in that regard. We are the Jets. Congratulations, Falcons front office. All right, so in the draft, we have in the second round pick 42, which is what, 10th in the second round?
These are just projections. Also, this kind of just dawned on me. Say we did have our first round pick. Say we're picking 5th. Do you think we'd really take a quarterback 5th overall? That would be
yes, I do.
That would be us admitting that we made a mistake on Michael Penix.
Yes,
I don't think they would draft a quarterback in the top 10.
Okay, let me rephrase that. If I were doing it, yes, I would.
There's only so many teams that give up. Like the Cardinals did that with the UCLA kid.
So
what's his name?
We have picked 4 straight years in a row on the side of the top 10 and taken offensive skilled position players. That's not how you build a roster.
I know that, but I mean, look, even if Michael Penix is a great quarterback, I think we are very likely seeing a guy who's too plagued by injury to have a successful.
He could be plagued by whatever. You're not drafting another quarterback, especially this draft class. It looks like
it's not a great draft.
No,
class.
it's not. But if you were picking the top 5, there's something there.
You got to wait it out. And we don't have it. If we did, you take the best offensive lineman, the best defensive tackle, the best cornerback to match up with A.J. Terrell. You do something like that.
Not that I want to go really long down this road of conversation, but what do you think it would is our top need? In the draft?
But we are very small on the defensive line.
Yeah.
I was going to say offensive line.
O-line.
O-line too, yeah. I mean,
line.
Line's a scrimmage.
You mean where you win the game?
Jesse Bates probably gone next year, I would assume.
God, him's gone too?
I mean, he's getting up there. Yeah.
What kind of language did I just speak? Him's gone too?
Him's gone too. So dumbstruck by how shitty this team is.
Did you see my suggestion?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was about to get to. So I think this is interesting, and I don't disagree.
Yeah. Better than Matt Chernoff's Stetson Bennett, Todd Monken idea.
No. Okay. I didn't hear that.
He gets creative sometimes. I'll give him that.
So you put in rounds 5 through 7, who might be available is our own in Atlanta, Haynes King, Georgia Tech's quarterback.
Why not?
Okay. I'm not opposed to it because you're talking like in a late 5th through 6th.
The pistol would work with him because he can do some RPO stuff.
Yes, it would.
And he's kind of spinning the ball, and we can throw it.
He can.
Really. Early on in his career, I was like, he's just kind of a stiff thrower, giant athlete, tough as nails kind of quarterback that's not going to throw for 350 yards very often. Dude can absolutely spin it, and he's playing lights out.
He's also matured as a quarterback. I mean, it's been really fun watching, and I say this as a Georgia fan. It's been really fun watching Georgia Tech this year.
Yeah.
So I am not
our Taysom Hill.
Right. Well, that's a great parallel.
Not as athletic. Taysom Hill is.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Uber
He can play,
athletic,
but he has played both sides of the ball too, right?
Yes.
What is Taysom Hill doing this year? He's rushing.
He's still on
22.
He was a cheat code at tight end in fantasy.
He's only played in 10 games. Only had 10 rushes in games, I guess
he was
should
hurt
say.
at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
What's he been playing mostly? Tight end?
He's got no stats right now.
Oh, wow.
No stats.
Maybe we can get him next year.
He's got 3 catches and 22 rushes, I think.
He can be a quarterback.
It's better than a quarterback with one ACL.
And 1 for 3 throwing
Michael
the rock.
Penix will also be 26 next year when the season starts.
So, be what?
26
years old.
He's like
That's how old Tyler Shuck is too, by the way. I saw that.
Yeah, he played a long time.
And he was at Louisville last year, is that right?
Yeah, I forget where he came from before, but yeah, he was at Louisville. Louisville? I don't know.
I think it's
Louisville.
Louisville.
All right, so, all right, assuming, and this isn't on here, but I would like to do some roundtable on this. And I don't know jack shit about this one particular topic, so that's why I'm throwing it to you guys. Assuming Raheem Morris is gone, and we're starting over in the front end or in the coaching staff next year, who would you like to see brought in?
So we touched on it today, and I don't like doing this, especially when the coach still has a job and he's coaching my team.
He's feckless. There's your big word for the day.
I knew you were going to get one.
Absolutely feckless, though. Rudderless.
F-E-C-K-L-E-S-S?
Yes. It means he's ineffectual. He can't do anything. He's hapless, right? Like,
yes.
That he with a ship without a rudder.
Okay. So,
Raheem Morris he's gone. He needs to be gone. You can see it in his face.
Listen, you're probably more right than I am trying to stick around and figure out how to make this thing work. So I'm going to go with you on this one. If we do go away from Raheem Morris, defensive-minded head coach, I think we really need a punt on this thing. You have a young quarterback, a young, talented roster on the offensive side of the ball. I think try to find the next Kyle Shanahan, Matt LaFleur, Mike McDaniel, those type of guys that came up through the ranks of those systems. We thought we were trying to do that with Zach Robinson, but it's obviously doesn't look like that's working like it's supposed to. Players got to play better for their coaches. So I would go, without naming a name, offensive-minded guy.
Okay.
Kind of been around a long time.
Here's the thing. Like, look, I'm sure Raheem Morris is a wonderful man. I don't want anybody inherently to lose their job. But as he said himself, that it comes down to leadership, and he's the leadership. And they're losing right now. right? Losing is on leadership, and he's the leadership.
Did we talk about this?
And I will also say, he said, out of that, it's what we do, quote unquote, meaning getting fired, when he asked if he was on the hot seat. So he knows that. And it's kind of like, here's the parallel, John. I know you know nothing about this, having married your high school sweetheart, but it's kind of like dating.
I didn't know where you're going.
It's kind of like when you're dating and you realize pretty quickly it's not going to go anywhere, so you don't have it's like it lasts a couple weeks or maybe a couple months, right?
Yeah, you have a lot of those,
if you know it's not going to work out, why prolong it, right?
Yeah.
So
do you want to know my pick?
Yes, I do want to know that. I was about to throw it back to you.
I'm going to hate myself for saying this because this will impact the team I actually love.
Okay.
Kalen DeBoer, Alabama. He was his coach in college. He got all this out of him in Washington.
That's a good point.
Great
I don't
point.
think Kalen DeBoer loves
College.
I don't know. It's crazy.
It was a
down
tough
here.
act to follow.
And worst case scenario,
SEC
if you don't
football,
do Kalen, you could do our Alabama's offensive coordinator, Ryan Grubb, who was the Seahawks offensive coordinator last year.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying to be the head coach.
to bring him in as the OC?
But yeah, he worked with Penix and he had the most success with him. And he also didn't want to coach at Tuscaloosa. He just got fired.
Those are two great
Yeah.
parallels you're drawing there, which I like as well.
So why was Matt LaFleur's name floated as he might be not in Green Bay
That's
anymore?
again,
Ask Matt
Chernoff.
Oh, okay.
Atlanta Chernoff threw it out there on his radio show that a source he has in the Green Bay area thinks if things don't go well this year, this could be it for LaFleur up in Green Bay.
They have a new GM, new president.
Yeah.
He didn't sign an extension. And there was some,
I think he's done a great job in Green Bay.
apparently he's an asshole.
Oh,
He's done a great
Who
job,
cares, as long
but
as you
like
win.
to his point, those guys have no ownership in the
Right.
coach right now.
Right.
They'd probably like to pick their own guy, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
So anyway,
All right, I also heard Mike McCarthy's name thrown around.
I would say
God,
I would. All Mike McCarthy does is go 13-3 in Dallas, dude, and then we'll lose in the playoffs. But whose fault is that?
I'll take 13-3.
You think?
I'll take 13-3 with both hands.
I'll take it and run with it. I'm not going to lie to you.
Exactly.
Great
He also
offensive,
smashed a watermelon once
great offensive
in the
mind.
locker room, like
Gallagher?
Yeah.
He did
Yeah. Back in
like a halftime rant.
Green Bay, I think he did that. Yeah.
Like it just happened to be handy and he was mad, or it was like a stick.
I mean, I think he brought the watermelon. It wasn't just sitting there.
So in that regard, yes. I
yes.
like the idea of an offensive-minded head coach, preferably been around for a minute and has experience at least as an OC for multiple years. But we'll see what happens. All
All right, do you want to talk about the matchup for this weekend?
Yeah, sure. You're going to face Tyler Shuck, quarterback out of Louisville. He is kind of coming into his own. I think he's played in all of 4 or 5 games, maybe 4 games. 3 started, and they're trying to see what they got in the young buck that they drafted, which was 2nd-round pick, 40th overall.
Okay, so about what what the Falcons will be looking at next year.
You're exactly right. And, big kid, kind of learning the ropes on the run, got thrown in the fire. Last week was 19-27, had his best game by a long shot and a win over the Carolina Panthers, 17-7. Completed.
Is that
70.
their first win of the season? Second?
That was their second. Yeah, they're 1 win behind us.
Yeah.
Which is embarrassing.
Yes, it is.
So it's the world we live in right now. I honestly, they look different to not see Taysom up there quite a bit doing the stuff he's doing, because he was a big part of their offense and he killed us every time we played him.
every
He
year.
seemed to have a touchdown or a touchdown pass. Alvin Kamara is still there, questionable this week, but he's a stud. Chris Olave is one of the better receivers in the league. So they have players.
Yeah.
They just don't have a bunch of them. Kind of like the Falcons look at this point.
Right. Disjointed, confused. Do they? I mean, is that an OC thing there too? Is that a scheme?
They're rebuilding right now. Their owner, which you very rarely hear an owner openly say they're in rebuilding mode, but Mickey Loomis has been there for
Yes, he has.
forever. And for whatever reason, salary cap be damned. He always survives. And Cal Benson recently said they're in rebuilding mode. They actually traded one of their better receivers to the Seahawks at the trade deadline.
Oh, I missed that. Who?
Rashid Shaheed?
Yeah, Rashid
okay.
Shaheed, who wears not a wide receiver number. It drives me crazy.
22 maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does that? Why does anybody focus on that? I could give
I
a
might have
shit.
saw a 0 flying around on college football.
I like 0.
She didn't see, like, why would you wear 0? It's
I
kind of
like
like
0, yeah.
Yeah, admitting. Something. I don't know. I think it's got, or it's the tall guy driving a VW Bug or something. Like,
And then they got Kellen Moore is their head coach. So.
Yes.
I mean, look at their roster's not good.
No,
at all.
Cam Jordan's still there. Demario Davis is still there. They're both old heads that can show up every once in a while and fly around and play defense. But
all right, so if we, what do we really? Other than it's one of the best rivalries in the NFL, certainly in my opinion, in sports. It's such a fan bases that hate each other, and I really enjoy it. I enjoy this rivalry, and like I said, even if I was rooting for the Falcons to have a higher draft pick, which we don't have, and wanted to lose every out, I will never root for them to lose against the Saints. So, like you said, they're still a team. I still want to see a win. Is there any chance Kirk Cousins does anything? What are we looking at? Are we actually gonna give Bijan the ball?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the only way you win with this. Drake London is out with a PCL injury in his knee.
Didn't even think to talk about that.
So he won't be available for, I would say, 2 or 3 weeks. I had that injury. It's kind of like in a car accident when you hit your shin on the dashboard, and it's that movement can get your patella tendon.
So does that happen to you? You got in a car wreck?
No, I did on the football field. I caught a ball and I spun around. And my first thing to hit was my right knee into the ground. So it's similar to kind of a car wreck.
Well, I've done that in a car wreck though. But
yeah.
So our 1, 2, 3: Darnell Mooney, David Sills, and killed Daryl Hodge.
I think so.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Casey Washington.
Casey Washington.
Oh yeah, where's he been, man?
I don't know.
Jesus, he had a couple great grabs in the beginning of the season. Then his name hasn't even been called. Has he been limited or out? Or just are we bad at scheming?
Well, we don't.
It's okay.
We haven't barely used anybody.
pick.
Yeah. So anyway, hope and pray, and I think we'll see Kirk Cousins under center more. I think you'll see more play action pass implemented, and then it's time for the defense to show up. You have been. Guess who got NFC Offensive Player of the Week?
Oh, that would be Bryce Young.
448 yards passing.
Jesus Almighty!
It's just insane.
I like Bryce Young.
I know you do. We know you like Alabama players. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but
no, not all about Alabama.
That's five. Count them out of the 9 games we played. We've given up a Player of the Week honor. Oh yeah.
So someone, I would think it was someone on 680 was talking about this. How we have actually, I think it was Chris Domino, who is really entertaining to listen to these days. By the way, when it comes to Falcons topic, but I think it was him who pointed out that we have the high sack numbers. The sack numbers are great, but we're selling out for it, which means that we're
putting other guys on islands.
Yes,
and not being fundamentally
the
sound.
guy who pointed that out sitting right next to you.
Okay, well I don't listen all the time. Maybe multiple people say
Pretty
it.
sure I heard Fence.
It was too early for Tyler to get up.
Yeah.
It's his coach job in front of the computer selling. Sell. So, I've done. We haven't even given prediction last couple of weeks because it's just gotten to the point we've been sick to our stomachs.
Right.
Can we get a little spark? Can we get to 24? We've scored some points now. The last few weeks, we've been in three weeks in a row. We've been in games, and I heard Dave Archer, who calls the games for the Falcons as a color analyst, played the game as a quarterback for the Falcons. You're 3 plays away in those 3 games from having a win.
Yep.
But that's
what makes you sick.
But that's the difference between winners and losers. That's the difference.
I agree. Now your coaching staff has got you, and your play on the field has got you to those moments. So you coach good enough, you played good enough, then you get those moments.
Go that far.
I just told you, it's 3rd and 21 in Berlin. You tackle a quarterback, the game's almost over, and he gets 19 yards. They go for it on 4th down and get it. And gets then you have to spin in timeout and they're out of it. There's another play this last week in overtime. I just told you got a 12-yard gainer. You got the system going. You get first down on that overtime drive.
But there's a legal man downfield. That's coaching. That's coaching.
You don't think they've coached that? That's a player being a dumbass.
I don't. Yeah. When I see this,
no, you can't do that because they know the rules to the game. They've stressed it a million times.
Of course they do. But when you see the same guy, and I'm looking at Michael Penix make the same horrible mistake. 3 games in a row with the intentional grounding, doing it the same way. That's
he's trying to
coaching.
protect his knees. So maybe
I'm saying
I'd take one.
And we've had a legal man downfield too many times this year. I'm telling you, that's coaching. It's a lack of focus and containment on the coaching staff.
Anyway, players have to play.
I understand your point.
Tyler, positive vibes only.
PVO, positive vibes only.
So negative.
All right, I'm hopeful. I'll be pulling for him at 4:25. I think it's on Fox. The good news is at least Drew Brees is on the call.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine?
Really?
We have to listen to Drew Brees call a Saints game
I
against
just
our
might
Falcons.
watch it on mute.
Don't worry, he doesn't say much. He'll be fine.
He's very quiet.
I haven't heard him do a call.
It's not super.
Well, he did one year and it didn't go well, so he took a year off.
He tried to work on it. All right.
He's no
All right.
Tony Romo.
So I mean, I think it's a very winnable game too. I mean, they're a bad team, we're a bad team. Kirk Cousins, while obviously at the end of his career not great anymore, is still Kirk Cousins. So, but with Drake London out, which God, I completely forgot to tell a minute ago, we are exceedingly limited in wide receiver, which means maybe we'll give the ball to the best running back in the NFL, arguably the best running back in the NFL, right? Maybe.
Well, if not,
or one of the other best running back in the NFL, Tyler Algier.
We signed Kyle Trask to the practice squad, who was Kyle Pitts'
Oh my
quarterback
God.
in college. Do you know we have...
No, I didn't see that. We signed Kyle Trask, really?
Yeah. Do you know we have all 3 quarterbacks, I think, from the 2018 Florida Gator team on our roster?
Felipe Franks.
Felipe Franks at tight end.
Kyle Trask.
Emory Jones is on IR because he's hurt, and now we got Kyle Trask.
Wow.
Yeah. That team
That's
was not
funny.
good. Actually, it was pretty good. They almost beat Bama in the SEC championship.
Almost. Yeah, the 1 year that Georgia didn't. But, okay. Well, all right. Gruber, any last thoughts from you, man?
No. Just positive vibes only.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Well, that said, go Dirty Birds.
Rise up.